Jerusalem was in ruins. Its walls were broken down. Its gates burned with fire. Without these protective barriers, the city was completely vulnerable, open to enemies, unsafe for families, and a constant, painful reminder of past defeat. The people walked with heavy hearts, their spirits as broken as the stones scattered around them. Far away in the grand palace of Persia, a man named Nehemiah received this devastating news. He wasn't a soldier, a general, or a king. He was a servant, the cupbearer to the king, a position of trust, but not of military power. Yet, when Nehemiah heard about Jerusalem's desperate condition, his heart broke for his people and his ancestral city. But Nehemiah didn't immediately rush into action or make grand declarations. First, he turned to God. He knelt down and prayed, pouring out his heart. He confessed the sins of his people, acknowledged their failures, and asked God for mercy and forgiveness. He begged for strength and for a path forward. This moment shows us something incredibly powerful. Before you can rebuild broken walls, you must first rebuild your faith and your connection to your source of strength. One day, while serving the king, his deep sadness was so apparent that King Artaxerxes couldn't help but notice. "Why do you look so sad when you are not ill?" the king asked. Taking a deep breath, Nehemiah explained the heartbreaking situation in Jerusalem. And then, something amazing happened. The king's heart was moved. He not only gave Nehemiah permission to go and rebuild the city, but also provided official letters to ensure his safe passage and a grant of timber and resources from the royal forests. God was clearly opening doors that no man could shut. Upon arriving in Jerusalem, Nehemiah didn't immediately announce his grand plans. Instead, under the cover of darkness, he quietly rode out to inspect the ruins for himself, personally examining the extent of the damage. He needed to understand the full scope of the challenge before he could lead others. Only after he had a clear picture did he gather the leaders and the people. He told them, "You see the trouble we are in. Let us rebuild the wall of Jerusalem, and we will no longer be a disgrace." Inspired by his vision and his report of God's favor, the people were filled with new hope. They responded with one voice, "Let us rise up and build." And so, the great work began. Of course, not everyone was happy about this. Local enemies, who had benefited from Jerusalem's weakness, began to mock and ridicule them. "What is this feeble thing you are doing?" they taunted. "If even a fox climbs on that wall, it will break it down." But Nehemiah and the people refused to be discouraged. They prayed for strength and kept on building. As the taunts turned into serious threats of attack, their determination only grew stronger. They famously worked with a tool in one hand and a weapon in the other. Half the men worked on the wall, while the other half stood guard, ready to defend their city and their mission. They simply refused to quit. What made this project so successful was the incredible unity of the people. Every family took a section of the wall to repair. We read about goldsmiths working next to merchants, priests next to officials, and ordinary citizens, men and women, all working side by side. This wasn't just about stacking stones and mixing mortar. It was about a community coming together to restore its dignity, its safety, and its hope for the future. Their unity became a fortress far stronger than any enemy's attack. And then, in just 52 days, an astonishingly short time, the wall was finished. The impossible had become a reality. The sound of cheering replaced the echoes of mockery. As the last stone was set in place, their enemies were silenced, not just by the sight of the completed wall, but because they recognized that this incredible achievement could not have been accomplished by human strength alone. The people knew this wasn't just their victory. It was God's help that had made it all possible. Nehemiah's story isn't just a history lesson about ancient walls. It's a timeless testament to courage, prayer, and perseverance. It teaches us that when our own lives feel broken, when our communities are in disarray, or when the challenges ahead seem too big to overcome, there is always hope. With faith as our foundation, unity as our method, and a determination that refuses to quit, Even the most shattered walls in our lives can be rebuilt. Thank you so much for watching. If this story inspired you, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content like this. We'll see you in the next one.